Talking about Mercury is in retrograde. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but check this out.
Back it up, retrograde like Mercury. Yeah. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans, yeah. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the weekend? Praying to the give me something to believe in. Play this for my fam, they gon' say that I need Jesus. Turn up with my demons. It's already too late, baby, by the time you read this. Poured up strong, yeah. This tequila got me in my feelings. A butt in the head, yeah. Like my name was Beatles. Blowing out the speakers. Fuck a noise complaint. Middle finger to police. Back it up. Retrograde like Mercury, yeah. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans, yeah. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the week? Club too crowded, this shit weak.
You hungry?
Make the Uber drive through Mickey D's. 20 piece, please. Back to the crib. She throw it back like TBT. Legally blind on DVD. Then that brain was Ivy League. Come see me. Keegan Michael, she got the key. Trip expensive, love is free. She got the bag off PPP. I'm on his sex, call it Sunny D. Not a joke, but it's tongue in cheek. Eggplant emoji next to the peach. Yeah, blah, 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 you know what I mean. Back it up. Retrograde like Mercury. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the week?
Okay, but I still don't know what that means though. Like, can you break it down for me? Or like is the planet like spinning backwards, or like I'm just trying to understand it. Like that's just why you were being weird. It was the planets, or okay, fine.
Good morning, good morning. Nini C says, why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Thanks, Nini. Good morning, Nini. Alexander. Melissa Bell. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Some people don't, some people do. I like both. Boomer Baby, good morning. Hey, Joneson, enjoying your nappy nap. Yeah, I went ahead and put subs on for 20 minutes just to give us a few minutes to chit chat. Good morning, Petal. Yeah, Wayne, True Texan, we have no problem with you being here and being a Ryan supporter. This is not a bash Ryan video. I think people think that that's instantly what it's going to be. No, just debunking or breaking down some of his claims. Oh, hey, Nikki. Spudler, haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well, love. Good morning, Fixin' to Snap. Grain? Is this our Grain? Did you change your avatar? I think I see a person in there. That's different, girl. Okay. Good morning, Clover. You always say that, BMB. You always say that. Curious Canadian says, getting tired of the drama. Let Ryan be Ryan and you be you. Make your own content. This is my own content. The same way that Ryan has clipped other things and added his own commentary to them. That's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm breaking it down with facts. Ryan can be Ryan. I'm not the type of person who would get up and like drag his music or his original content or things like that. But when you make claims against victims' families, against people who have went through a tragic accident, and then innocent people online that are in no way connected, and we can easily disprove it, we're going to do that. And that's all this is disproving some of the things that he said. It's not an attack on him or his character. Hey, Jackie, Jenny, how are you, love? Hey, good Tiffany, Lady Tara. Clover's dancing. Good morning, Tessa. I'm having a great day, but I'm going to tell you, I'm having a crappy week. This week has kicked me in the butt. I'm ready for it to be over already, and it's only Wednesday. Hey, Desiree. Queen Bella's here. Hey, Gavel Geeks. Hazel Rose. Laura. Okay, now this is a different avatar with the name Grain. Good morning, Micah. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Mark. Wine, crime, and mayhem. Yeah, there's no reason to diss him. Good morning, prayer partner Eve. Moles in hiding. I love that name. Oh my goodness. Burden's live was nuts last night after Clara posted her channel. A lot watched, but was the craziest block live most I've ever. Real. Okay, I missed everything yesterday. I haven't even watched his live. I ended up with a migraine, and I started trying out this new migraine medicine. It knocked me out cold. I slept from like 5:30 to 4 o'clock this morning. It was insane. I'll have to go check it out if she still has it up. Yeah, he might be. He might be a nice guy outside of YouTube. I don't know, right? It's getting better. I did do an X-ray. I don't because I was kind of worried, like maybe there's a fracture of the rib or something, but no, everything's fine. So it's just a deep muscle bruise. So it's just really slow healing, but it must be pretty deep. It's Thursday? I thought it was Wednesday. It's Thursday. Okay, well, hey, we're closer to the week being over. Everyone's like, it's Thursday. Yes, it did just get better. We're almost to the end. Praise Jesus. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Good morning, OG Gemini. Yeah, no, it's me, Cynthia, and I totally expect it to be me being that messed up on days. It's insane. Burden's Live had 1,500 oh my gosh, I'll have to go check it out. What did she talk about? What was it? Holy cow, I miss all the good stuff. I was out cold. Let me see what it said. Holy crap, a live LAPD standoff after so it was just a chase live? That one? That's so cool. I'm so happy for her. Is that the one you're talking about, Bella? That's so awesome. We love our girl Burden over here. Let me grab her link while I'm over here. Good for her getting those views. We love it. He might be. He might be Boomer. Maybe that's it. Hey, Ellie. Good morning. Make sure I got everybody. So I'm sure a lot of people have broke this down and gone through it, gone over it. But I'm gonna add my spin. Oh, it was a standoff that lasted for hours. Ooh, I will watch that after this. That sounds interesting. They captured the guy who molested little winner Cole Smith. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, we're happy for Burden over here. We love it. Love to see our friends grow. Now, if she could just get monetized. Ski Mask Andy beat up his mom. I don't follow the Ski Mask Andy stuff, Carlos, but I'm sure somebody else will be interested in that, and we'll look into it. Been anxious to hear responses to the recap. Curious if anyone saw the little clue I saw. My lips are sealed till after this. Oh, I must have missed it. Lead with love, so you'll have to fill us in. The man donated 100,000. Actually, he donated 200,000, and to come forward about what happened to Kiely or to find her car out of his own pocket. And the rich guy gets slapped with a lawsuit. Yeah, you get slapped with a lawsuit when you make claims that are inaccurate, when you defame people, when you libel and you slander people. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much good you donate to a cause. I mean, if that were the case, look at Trump. He makes a lot of donations. Look at Biden. He makes a lot of donations. Look at all these rich politicians who make shit tons of donations. You still have to be held accountable for your wrongdoings, no matter how good you do on other things. That's just how it is. One of the police gunshots had gone through his leg during the pursuit, so when he got out on top of the vehicle, oh my goodness, Notre Dame. Okay, I dropped the link. We'll all have to go watch that after this. Sounds so cool. Well, with 15,000 views, I'm sure everybody here's already seen it. That's awesome. His domain? No, they don't matter. Good for him for donating, but that doesn't give him a pass. No, it sure doesn't. Okay. So I created this in video format that I could share. It's about 40 minutes long, just breaking it down because he talked about a lot in 20 minutes. And even, recording him at, I think I did it at 1.25 speed. It was still quite a bit. But there's quite a bit he got wrong. And I wonder if he would have had the accurate information if maybe he wouldn't have made some of the claims that he made. Maybe. Let's see. So, settle in, get comfy. Here we go.
Last year, I come up on a new hobby, and that was watching this true crime shit that's on YouTube.
Okay, first off, Ryan, I'm sorry you didn't fall into the true crime community of YouTube. You landed in Krama. It's a different breed altogether. You missed the real true crime channels by about 10 blocks. Every channel you went into, Krama.
And around that same time was when this missing person, Kiely Rodni, started popping up all over the internet. I never even knew about this section that was called true crime. I never knew of these true crime YouTubers. And at the time I was like, well, shit, I got 3 million subscribers. I can try to help find somebody. I have a lot of people all over the world that, got eyeballs that can look around. So
I know some might disagree with me, but I do believe that you had good intentions when you landed in this Krama community. I truly believe you had good intentions when you were trying to dig up information on Summer Wells's case. As well as this, I think it all started out with good intentions.
I started clicking and watching these videos that people were talking about this Kiely Rodni girl and, where she was missing from and, all the logistics. And I started noticing there was some weird shit about some of these, in particular, true crime YouTubers. Now, before we go any further or get into this, let me give you some context by showing you a news clip from CBS Sacramento that's talking about this exact situation.
It's been 1 year since Kiely Rodni disappeared from a party at the Prosser family campground. The disappearance of the Truckee teen got the attention of people all across the country as thousands of tips poured into Placer County's tip line. Kiely was last seen at a high school party at that campground.
By the way, she didn't go to high school. Apparently, she was homeschooled.
See, this is what happens in Krama. Facts get twisted and rumor and speculation get brought in. Kiely graduated a year early from a charter high school in Truckee, California. She was homeschooled until the 8th grade. Big difference there.
At the time, Placer County officials said her Honda CR-V was missing and her cell phone was out of service.
By the way, there is absolutely no evidence that proves they found a cell phone. But apparently she was texting all of her friends that were also at this party.
Law enforcement updated us at the time that the last known ping from Kiely's cell phone was around 12:30 a.m. on August 6th, the day she went missing from a party of over 200 to 300 teens. Although I'm going to put an asterisk by that 200 to 300 teens and young adults at the Prosser family campground in Truckee. The last ping was near Prosser Lake, a man-made reservoir that surrounds the campground. But it's possible due to lost data that the phone continued to ping after 12:30. The ping for the data points was near the water. It's hard to tell an exact pinpoint, just as much on land as it was in water.
Initially, the case was considered suspicious, even being investigated as a possible abduction.
If you're a teenager going to a party where there's drinking and hanging out and people have curfews, the first thing you're going to think is, okay, they're out with a boy or they're spending the night at a friend's house or they ain't trying to get in trouble and they're high. Why they said abduction off the rip, I have no idea.
Why are you assuming that they didn't look everywhere they could possibly think to look for her before calling law enforcement? But let's also hear what law enforcement has to say about this.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know that it was ever labeled as an abduction. I think that you can never take that off the table. And so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, you know, that was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on, but we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option. If this was truly a search and rescue mission, we may not have had all the resources to conduct interviews.
Not unless somebody called and was like, hey, I think I just seen an abduction.
But 2 weeks later, and nearly 20,000 man-hours of searching in, Kiely's car was found in Prosser Lake. It was found by Adventures with Purpose, a YouTube-famous dive team. They said it was about 14 feet down, close to where Kiely was last seen.
Then I hear that, and I'm just like, I don't get it. 20,000 man-hours in looking where this person went missing, and you can't find her around a 23,903 foot perimeter around a reservoir, especially when the town law enforcement is getting on TV, holding a press conference, telling you they had divers and sonars and they dragged the lake and all this shit. And then some YouTubers show up and find it in 14 minutes. Come on, son.
Okay, I'm so glad you brought this one up because it's constantly referred to in missing persons cases, especially when the individual is found very close to where they went missing from. Instant speculation, but it happens. It is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I spoke briefly on my live the other day about the waters dropping a certain amount between the time when they initially started the search and when AWP showed up, but I couldn't remember where I heard it from. Well, here you go.
And it seems that Adventures with Purpose have pretty sophisticated equipment. Is this something that the agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly what they used and how they went about it, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly.
They also said the car was 14 feet deep. Did y'all go that far to look for the car?
Yeah, some of that information is sometimes deceiving. So yeah, the car was reported at 14 or 15 feet. However, the water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those aspects. Until we really can look into all that information and sort through it, it's difficult to say whether those factors had a play in it or not. I think it's still more important for us to debrief, look at training, look at equipment, look at tools, and look at outside entities that are experts where this is maybe their full-time gig that they do, and try to see how we have that involvement from the community to come out and help support.
So not only were they dealing with a significant change in the water level, they're also dealing with volunteer crews, local crews who aren't necessarily experts in their field like AWP has become, or other diving teams like Diver Dan, situations like that where they have sophisticated equipment and they can get out there and do a much better job than local law enforcement, even local search and rescue teams can do.
And then in October, the coroner's office ruled Kiely's death accidental.
Ruled as accidental, but she was found in the water in the very, very back of a CRV with some of the windows down. Come on, son.
Okay, now you have to think back on where this little tidbit started from. Jared Lysick went on Zap Girl's panel and said that it was very weird to find a body in the back of the vehicle in these types of situations. Besides him, every other expert out there in this field has said, no, that's not uncommon. It does happen. There's several reasons for this. One, she could have died on impact and her body just floated to the back of the vehicle. Or two, and what I think happened, is that the vehicle turtled, which happens in water deeper than 14 feet. Now remember, Kiely's vehicle was found in 14 feet deep water. However, we learned that on the 6th, when she went missing, it was about 3 to 4 feet higher. So in 18 feet deep water, her vehicle flipped over, wheels up in the air. Water comes rushing in the open window that she has down. Remember, this is an intoxicated girl who decided to drive home through a campground in the middle of the night. She took a wrong turn. Her vehicle ended up in the water, flipped upside down. That water comes rushing in the window. She's going to go to the highest point. If she's still alive, and conscious, she's going to go to the highest point and try to escape. That's the back of the vehicle.
The Nevada County Sheriff's Office said the 16-year-old died from drowning.
But here's the thing. If you look up the autopsy report, it doesn't show any water in the lungs. How did she drown if there's no water in there?
This one should have been very easy for you to figure out. In the past, doctors used the terms wet drowning and dry drowning before the medical community had the necessary diagnostic tools to examine breathing. Once they learned that drowning results from a lack of oxygen and not the volume of water in the lungs, the term drowning replaced both wet and dry drowning. Despite not being a medically accurate term, some researchers and doctors may still occasionally say dry drowning to refer to cases in which water or another liquid causes the voice box and vocal folds to spasm. It can occur in at least 20% of people who have drowned.
Officials said there was no indication of foul play.
All right, now that you're up to speed on what I'm talking about, and you just heard from CBS News, allegedly, what happened? And I know you can hear that it really doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense, actually. A young girl who was 16 and graduated early. It does happen. My husband graduated at 17 because he graduated high school an entire year early. She went to the annual graduation party that the entire community attends. She had too much to drink, maybe other substances. And instead of hooking up with her friends and driving home, instead of sleeping there like she told other friends she was going to do, she made the decision to drive home. A girl under the influence made a stupid decision. Ryan, I think you of all people should understand that quite well. But anybody who has ever been a teenager or knows a teenager knows they make stupid decisions. And unfortunately, this very stupid decision cost her life. A very traumatic experience for her entire family, compounded by the rumors and conspiracy that was spread online. But I think you're about to get into that.
All right, so let's briefly recap that simple situation that apparently has happened. You have a girl that went to a party and a CRV. There's no pictures of this girl hardly on the internet. There's definitely absolutely no fucking videos. There's one video that is allegedly supposed to be her. It's a little girl like playing a violin or something like 15 years ago, very shitty quality. So she's 16, 17 when she went missing. This video is from her being like 4 or 5 years old. So I don't know if it's her or not, and no one does.
No video of her, you say? Like this one from prom, homecoming, whatever it was, where she's being cute and playful with her boyfriend? Here's just a handful of photos posted by friends. There's several more out there if you look. There's also this video of her just a few years before she died.
Stepping around, she knows I got to go. Now it's all she wrote. Her mama's heart was broke, and now it's all she wrote. So the story grew on. And I wanted it to make a chance, staring at the window, scratching and wrecking his face. I pity she
this video posted by her ex-boyfriend. Now, I can't blame you for not knowing about this one. He posted it after all this YouTube madness.
Give me like a couple hours, then we can go. Give me like a couple hours, then we can go. Give me like a couple hours, then we can go.
There's no pictures of her beside a CRV. There's no videos of her and her friends. There's no pictures or videos of her at this party. There's no evidence of a phone. And 20,000 man hours couldn't find her directly beside where she went missing. And some YouTubers pull up and they're like, look, guys, found her really fast. I don't care who you are. If you have common sense to know anything about anything, you know that sounds like bullshit. It just does. The question is why?
Well, I've already shared plenty of pictures of her and her friends, and there's a lot more out there. I do agree, it's weird that there are no pictures of the party. However, you have to remember that she was reported missing very quickly, and rumors began to spread like wildfire. Law enforcement also requested all the videos and evidence from the party. Her friends and family were attacked immediately on social media, not just YouTube, but TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not surprised that people didn't put any more information out about the party. As for why there are no pictures with her and her vehicle, it's a CRV, dude. So what that there's no pictures of her with the CRV? I know it's weird in this social media driven world to think that there are some teenagers out there who don't post every tiny bit of their life on social media, but there are.
So anyway, I get on YouTube after I just come across this section of YouTube that's all about true crime, whatever true crime is. I'm still not sure what that means. And I run across this guy named Ickedmel. He's a true crime YouTuber. Well, he's interviewing this guy named Ronnie on the phone who's explaining the party. And it sounds like at first, it sounds like he was there. And then he's like, no, it was my cousins were there. They seen the party. They seen that girl. They said she was super fucking intoxicated and just wasn't even there. And there was some adults there and yada, 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 yada. I'm just like, what the hell?
And there was a bunch of kids there. Like there was a bunch of kids from school there, but like it was mixed with older adults who had the drugs. And my cousins were one of the older group that had the stuff. And my cousins are 25 and 26 years old.
So then as I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, this Ronnie guy who was calling this true crime YouTuber Ickedmel is being like, hey, yeah, my cousins were there. They're adults. They brought drugs there to the party of a fuck ton of kids. Bro. So I'm like, well, that was fucking weird. This random guy just called and was like, yeah, I seen the whole thing.
There's this weird thing that happens when a huge case spreads across the country, like Kiely's did, the way that the Idaho 4 case is right now. People want to be connected to it any tiny sort of way. They want to have their moment. As for the dude that called into Ickedmel, do I believe him? No, I personally don't believe him. If his cousins were there, I think he grossly exaggerated his knowledge of what happened at the party, if they were even there. But we have seen this happen time and time again in true crime and crime, etc. People claiming to have knowledge of an incident when they truly have zero knowledge of it, or exaggerating their knowledge of that incident. We're debunking these claims all the time. And it sucks that you got taken for a ride and you believed it, but that doesn't necessarily mean any of his claims were true.
So I start scrolling. I'm like, okay, well, I see this little thing where her alleged friends, really, really close friends, threw this thing for her at the place she went missing. And her friends that were at the party are talking about the party to the news. This is what the alleged best friend of Kiely says.
I told her, like, I'm leaving. I already have another ride because I didn't want to drive home with her. And so I had told her that, but she still ended up calling me at 12:36 asking if I needed a ride, and she sounded just really drunk, I guess. It grew to be way, way larger than ever expected. There was a lot of guys that did approach us.
Okay, so do you hear that? So you mean to tell me this missing teen, Kiely Rodni, her best friend, Sammy Smith, the girl you just seen, and the random caller on the Ickedmel dude's channel who does the true crime shit, they both have the same story. Keep in mind, this is before she was found.
It's not just people calling into YouTube shows that exaggerate things. People actually connected to cases exaggerate as well, or they misremember the situation. Especially drunk teenagers, I have a feeling they misremember a lot. As for him telling the same story as hers, think about that for a second. Could it be because he listened to her interviews? Maybe.
At this time, I didn't really think anything about the Ickedmel dude. I was just like, yo, that guy that called you, that was kind of weird how he knew all this shit. The same shit that the Sammy girl knew. How's that possible? He's a grown-ass man. That's a little girl. What the fuck's up with this? So one day I called it out. I was like, yo, what's up with the Ronnie guy, bro? Next thing I know, the Ickedmel dude is mad at me. The Ronnie dude is mad at me. And they're both on that true crime channel that Ickedmel owns, doing this very weird interview where dude pixelated the entire background so you couldn't see anything. And they're on there and they're like, what's wrong with that Upchurch guy? Is he on drugs? I mean, is he an idiot? Is he stupid? He must be. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The chance to get heat off of me. So I put his name in the bio
And it
because
worked.
Ryan was
Yeah.
already fishy of him, and I'm not going to say it because he's going to get pissed because if I start talking shit to him, he went ahead and was like, oh, look, it's a conspiracy. I was like, bro, you really are dumb. Like, you really are dumb, dude. I'm sorry. Like,
I
I'm
think there's
sorry.
nothing wrong with him.
And when I seen this clip, I noticed he said, hey, this is a chance to get heat off me.
It's a chance to get heat off of me.
And I was like, And when this is going on, this is when the Ickedmel guy started trying to paint the narrative. You know, he started calling me Alex Jones and saying, something's wrong with him. Oh, man, what's wrong with him?
I think there's nothing wrong with him.
So at that point, I'm like, something is wrong with me because I asked a legitimate question about the guy that called your true crime YouTube, being like, hey, bro, I seen everything. I'm not accepting that. No.
You make it sound really innocent right there. I just asked a simple question and they flipped out. But let's see what really happened.
And I have to, I guess, talk about this somewhat, RyanUpchurch, because he's posting crazy stuff, then deleting it really quick, which, by the way, I've downloaded your Twitch videos for whenever you start doing that and you come to your senses, you delete those crazy videos. But I have screenshots of this guy threatening to swap me and all this.
These screenshots are from the comment section of one of Ickedmel's lives. They come from RyanUpchurch, and one says, I'm waiting to watch the raid. The other one says, you should be getting a knock on your door.
People in my chat are saying that they're getting doxxed by I don't know who, but when he comes in, this stuff starts to happen. And he seems like he's either on something or having some sort of mental breakdown. Just my opinion. I don't like engaging in the drama. I have some video clips to show you that he deleted really quickly, but I don't like engaging in this stuff. But he doxed Ronnie. He's going on his crazy tirade, which a whole bunch of these YouTubers are entertaining. I mean, it's insane the things that this guy is doing, and it needs to be put out there that he needs to stop. His team needs to reach out to him. Yo, delete this shit. Get some help. Whatever's going on with your ass. And stop harassing and obsessing in my live chat and watching me everything I do. And like you said, download 1,000 of my videos and shit. And whatever else you're doing with Ronnie and all the other people, Milo, whatever the fuck you're doing, chill the fuck out. And I don't know how people are taking these crazy, bizarre stories, these crazy details, have some sort of like fact of this story with Kiely. So this was just part of tonight. I have videos downloaded. This guy posted it, and we have the Ronnie stuff too. People are collecting. People on the internet are watching the insanity of you, except like the YouTubers that are obsessed with you that are somehow blinded and they can't see the insanity that you're doing. But people are recording this stuff, right? You need to stop this shit.
But guess what? I don't fucking give a fuck. You know why? Because if it gets me sued, it's going to find out something in this Kiely Rodni case. And I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I would rather a 16-year-old girl be found. Listen to me, bro. There are two YouTubers who are being very, 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 very suspect when it comes to this little girl. The two YouTubers are Ickedmel. He is being suspect. He's acting exactly.
I'm being suspect. This nut job on the internet, fucking going to all my live streams, watching and all this kind of stuff, literally threatening. The way I took that is that I'm getting swatted. That's why I took that chat. And people's names in the chat are being put up by whoever. All right.
Like this chick that was on the All-American Dream Chasers podcast yesterday. Her name is XanamayX. Both of them fucking people have the same goddamn purple light.
Purple light. This guy's going off of the lighting in my background. This is the guy that these YouTubers are like, yo, this is for real. This is facts. Let's check out Ronnie's legs. They're white. Insane. Who entertains this shit? Because he's a whatever he is? Come on.
In their YouTube channels. They are both taking up for each other. Both of those YouTubers are taking up for this mysterious Ronnie guy that claims to know where she went. The XanamayX girl says she has pictures of the party that was right beside the one Kiely was at. That ain't fucking possible, bro. That's not.
No, XanamayX was talking about a video that she found on the Snap app. When you pull up Snapchat and you look at the Snap map, you see videos that people publicly post. One was of a party very close to where Kiely went missing from. We don't know if it was before or after, but those pictures, those videos, they stay up for days when you put them on public viewing.
Not possible. Both of these YouTubers are pressing that Ronnie is a real guy.
He is. But thank God that you're insane and you think he's not. Literally, somebody sent me a video this morning in my email driving by a place they thought was Ronnie's house. I literally have the video. I'm not going to show it here. This is the shit that you started and that you're doing because you put that his whatever image that was of a house and people are looking that shit up. You've been wrong in so much of the shit that you've been saying, but I'm going to try to say that this is some sort of mental health thing, or maybe you're on substances, just my opinion. I don't know. But you need to like turn off the camera and get your ass some help.
He's not a real guy. They don't know. The XanamayX girl is in the fucking military. The Challenger has military.
It's buffering. That's why I did that. And I guess he took his video down.
Information.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll put it all together for you and show you. I'll show.
And then a helicopter flies over his head.
Oh shit, there's a helicopter. Yo, there's a helicopter flying over my house. Oh shit, look at this.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Why is this helicopter following me? Whoa, he's turning around. What the fuck? Yo, look at this. Yo, that's crazy. I'm putting this video together. This means something. I don't give a fuck what you.
What does it mean? We're in the helicopter flying above you? I'm going to throw this one in there too, though. This is just this guy going on a whatever tirade. There's a bunch of shit that I haven't even looked at. I just downloaded the stuff of the recent stuff with Ronnie and the Twitch stuff because this guy's unhinged. And so once he comes to his senses and deletes shit, we have a record in case. So just check this out.
They drove by some fucking water. He threw the goddamn phone in the water. Somebody did. That's why it's pinging there, but not there. Yeah, because Ickedmel's a fucking idiot. Anyway, if this dude right here, goddamn dude, Jesus Christ. Look, man, fuck it, watch. Right, who insisted he calls me. All right, so the white dude last. It ain't a fucking rabbit hole. It's easy to understand. What do you mean?
Here's a rabbit hole. Black hand. Black legs. That's black legs. I just, and this is like a mystery, I guess, in the true crime community. How? This is like something that people are like scratching their heads and trying to solve. How? I'm like, yeah, we don't know. Oh, we got to figure it out. Let's have a panel of 30 people. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. It's black. It's white. And then Ryan's argument about Ronnie is that he doesn't sound black. And people literally running with this whole thing. Oh yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Well, yeah, what up? That's the argument about how he sounds if it sounds black. Listen, I'm not interested in going to no back and forth. This was just a tiny little small clip because you're out of control. Things are being saved and documented. The people that are around him and like love him or whatever, you guys should be like, yo, are you okay? Hey, are you all right, man? I noticed this and that. Like, whatever. Because this is not a good look. I've had people that told me they're fans of him wondering like, yo, what the heck is going on with this dude? And this does not help the story with Kiely at all. Like, I mean, I get it. People need something to latch onto, I guess, because there's nothing coming out. It doesn't need to be like this. People don't need to be threatened, harassed, doxxed, threatens for SWAT, all this kind of shit. It doesn't need to be to this level. I've been quiet all this time for all your little shenanigans, your nuttiness, and people that called into my show. You're accusing them of being selling drugs, calling them all kinds of names, saying they're accusing them of having Kiely, accusing them of a crime. These are all on your channel, putting up pictures of houses and shit, all kinds of accusations that you're doing. And then you're saying I'm involved, and now there's other YouTubers involved, and the helicopter flying above you is involved, and Miro Milo Wulu is involved. There's something wrong. Okay? Something's wrong with you. Get some help. Seriously. And whatever you're going through, man, that's not an excuse to tear everybody else down, threaten people, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So take care. Peace.
About this same time, another random true crime YouTuber named XanamayX pops up out of nowhere. And listen, when I say pops up out of nowhere, I mean, she didn't really have a YouTube channel at all. She had like 2 videos about Ukraine and weapons. Sitting there thinking to myself, looking at this lady's page, and I'm like, how do you go from Ukraine and weapons to true crime within like 3 videos? Keep in mind, the Kiely Rodni girl's car is not found at this point. Everyone's still looking for it. So I see her on some true crime panels and stuff, talking about the Kiely Rodni girl. So I click on her page. When I click on it, what do I see? This lady is in Prosser Reservoir, where the little girl went missing, where the car is still at this time. And she is pedaling and swimming and looking around the whole campground where the little girl went missing.
Okay. And we're here.
1, what are you doing there? 2, did you hear her go, we're here?
We're here.
And the little tag in the corner that said campground. What, you weren't there when you pulled up? But you had to pull up, put your canoe in, and paddle all the way over there to somewhere where you could drive to if you wanted to. And then you're like, yep, we're here, as you pull out your phone and show that that's exactly where the car went in the water.
The dot is not exactly where Kiely's car went in the water. This image is from GrayHughesInvestigates. The orange circle is the boat ramp where XanamayX got off at, and that's where that dot is in her picture. The pink circle is where the car was found.
Then I comment on one of her videos, and I'm like, hey, kind of weird that you're there. What are you doing over there? And she's like, fuck you, I hate you. What's wrong with you? Everyone's worried about you. All your fans are worried about you. Are you on drugs? And I'm like, why are you saying the same thing that Ickedmel and Ronnie said, bro?
You really simplified what actually happened there. You had been on several channels talking about XanamayX, linking her to so many conspiracies. She didn't just come out saying, oh my God, I hate you, you're weird, you're on something, blah, blah, blah.
So she keeps telling me over and over, she's like, your community is worried about you. Finally, I was just like, shut up. Now,
Your community.
Shut up,
a little
lady.
bit further.
Okay, let's get the video. Let's get the video.
So then here's where she starts her discrediting process. She's like, oh, well, he said this and this. And I'm like, I didn't say any of those things. Prove it. And she couldn't.
I got no problems with calling RyanUpchurch out on it, but he's saying he didn't say it. You can't accuse somebody of saying something they didn't say.
You want proof?
Well,
hold on.
Why are you so scared? You want proof? Hold on. Why are you so defensive?
What do you
I'm
have?
pressing your ass. Ronnie seen somebody at the fucking party. You seen the party. The little girl went missing around the fucking party. Are you all stupid as fuck or something? Do y'all not understand? Even the people in chat know.
XanamayX wasn't at the party herself. She shared a video that she took off of the snap map. I mentioned it earlier. Here's the video, and then I'm going to show you how she found this, since some people still don't get this.
Yeah, there it is.
there we go. Okay, we got it.
Those look amazing. So this was at actual campground, but it was like right next to them, right next to their party.
Oh wow!
And they look like they're having so much fun. I want to be part of this, right?
Yeah.
So I took.
No,
a video
no,
of this
and it looks like a
grill,
beautiful campground. No, it's gorgeous.
right? And it was right next to that.
Wow. So this is a place where families go to have a good time. It looks safe. It looks safe.
Exactly.
Looks like a safe place to be. It looks like a lot of fun.
And
But,
then
you
so
know,
this was Friday nights.
Wow.
Sorry.
Bunch of
Okay, this is my personal Snapchat, so I marked out a few things so you don't see my friends and myself. But this is the Snap map on Snapchat. You zoom in on the blue bubbles, click on it, and you can see the community stories. People have to load these stories up to the community tab. And you can do this across the country. Zoom in on these bubbles and see what people post to the community stories. That's all XanamayX did.
All right, so now let's put the timeline together. Do you realize now that means, so now you got this Ronnie guy who's calling into Ickedmel's true crime show. He's like, my cousins were there and seen everything. You got Sammy, who is the little girl's best friend, who was like, I was there and then left, but I'm the last person Kiely talked to. Now you got the XanamayX chick who is like, yeah, I seen the party and was there, and the next day canoeing there. They're all in some way, shape, or form at this party this little girl went missing at that apparently nobody seen. And not to mention, they all take up for each other when they apparently don't know each other at all.
And I appreciate that lady. I think her name's like XanamayX or something.
XanamayX.
She was defending me.
So I'm like, bruh, all these people are capping. Why are they all have the same story? Why are they all lying? And why just so happens the weekend this little girl went missing, everybody's eyeballs is broke. So
Most of what you just claimed is inaccurate for the very reasons I've already explained. XanamayX didn't claim to be at the party. She shared a party that was happening there that same weekend. And why were these people sticking up for each other? Because they were being attacked across multiple platforms. So they came to each other's defense. This is truly not hard to understand.
I'm like, okay, you got 300 kids at this party. Ain't nobody said shit. Just 4 dumbass adults on here being like, I seen the kid party. So I'm like, dude, I got a good way to tell if this is bullshit or not. If a kid knows something about something that he didn't do, if a kid's seen anything happen at this party, I'm going to offer him $100,000 in a Hellcat. Then we'll see who really was at the party. What kid's going to say no to $100,000 in a fucking, the rapper car? So I put the offer out there. This is what happened.
I do thank you offering the reward, $100,000 leading to information or the discovery of Kiely Rodni, plus your car. I think that was a very generous thing to do. I don't think anyone should take that away from you. It was very kind.
So right before she was found, you know, where everybody's like, oh my God, where's she at? This, that, and the other. And, you know, everybody who's kind of sleuthing and talking about it on the true crime, they're all going at each other's throats and being like, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. What are you doing to help? And I see everybody like arguing with each other. So I figured, okay, she went missing at a party full of teenagers. Someone's got to know something. So I offered $100,000 and my $100,000 Hellcat to whoever had tips leading directly to her, or to anyone who just flat out found her. So you got this little girl missing. No one can find her. No teenager knows where she went. Nothing. And then all of a sudden, I put out a reward that is bigger than any reward that's out for her. Why? Because my heart's like this big around. In my head, I'm thinking, well, shit, I'm lucky enough to have a job I like. I'm rich. I could spare $200,000, see if anybody can find her. She's found in the next few days by Adventures with Purpose. When I seen the news that she was found, I was like, damn, all right. Look, I got cold chills even thinking about it. I was like, well, I'm going to hold up mine to the deal. I'm a man of my word. So I had my accountant at the time send $100,000 to Jared Lasik, and I gave Doug the Hellcat and had the Hellcat delivered by my security guard, drove it all the way to his house, dropped it off, flew back home.
AWP found Kiely Rodni's vehicle and her in it about a week after you offered the Hellcat. And in that week, you were doing quite a bit online that you are leaving out here in your timeline, sir. AWP had already announced that they were going to head out there on their way back home from other searches and look for Kiely before you ever offered the vehicle. So I'm not going to say that you're insinuating something in those previous comments, even though it sounds like you were. But those plans were already in the works long before anyone knew that you were going to offer basically $200,000.
So after she's found, then what happens? Jared Lasik all over the internet. Everybody's like, oh, he's a weirdo. He did some weird sexual shit. And I'm like, what? I see it on the internet. I haven't looked into it, but I see it. And at first I was like, hell, who knows? It could be just somebody who doesn't like him. Until I seen all of AWP get online and quit AWP. So right before everybody in AWP got on the internet and was like, hey, we quit AWP, somebody came to my house. I'm not going to say who. And he was like, somebody very close to the whole finding of this car and whatnot. They come to me and they were like, I'm scared. I was like, why? And he was like, this involves like higher up people. I was like, who? He gave me a few names. And I was like, yeah, even I was kind of like, this motherfucker's crazy. And then about a week after, everybody quit AWP. It's not a thing.
This isn't a weird conspiracy. Jared Lysik's accuser has said that when she saw AWP being touted as heroes across national news for finding Kiely Rodni's body, it enraged her. She knew what he had done to her as a child. So she reached out to AWP through emails, and a back and forth happened between her and Jared or someone at AWP, where he basically admits to doing those things to her as a child. And that caused all of the members of AWP to step away from it. They did not want to be connected to someone who basically admitted to molesting a child. I'm sure you're going to tell us about these higher ups and this person visiting your house. I can't wait to hear about it whenever you do release that information.
Now, the family that I put up $200,000 to find their daughter is like, hey, we're suing you for defamation of character. Defamation of character? Huh? So there you go. I don't know what the fuck that means. I know it's fucking creepy and weird.
I don't think it's creepy and weird that her family is suing you for defamation, considering all the things that you said and did, not only about Kiely, but also about her father and her grandfather. You're leaving a lot out of this recap, Ryan. Quite a bit, actually.
And it's like, what do you think after that? A normal person is like, wait a minute. Was this all bullshit? Was this like entertainment? Was this like some kind of fucked up entertainment? Or some kind of criminal operation? What the fuck was this? I have a theory on what all this was with pretty valid points behind it. But I had to make this video so everyone understands what this is, so everyone understands the timeline, so everybody is just on the same page. Because, see, that's the thing. They purposely make it perplexed enough and complicated to where it sounds confusing. But that's how you would get away with you know, a crime. If you want to hear my theory, let me know in the comments. That video will be next. And it's a mind fuck, to say the least.
So your recap video, your timeline video, whatever you want, you put this out there so that we can all get on the same page with the accurate timeline. Although it's not an accurate timeline, and you're leaving out quite a bit of things that you did during that time frame. But now get on this same page so that we can all be waiting with bated breath for whatever you're about to put out next. Because it's going to be a mindfuck. I'm pretty sure that's what you've been doing to everybody all along. Holy cow, that 40 minutes went by super fast. For some reason, my chat and my StreamYard froze like 20 minutes ago. I have to hop out to refresh it, and I couldn't do that while the video was playing. So I'm gonna hop out and then I'll be right back. Okay, good. Now it's working. Sorry, I was starring some comments to read through them afterwards, and then it just froze at like 10:50 something, and I was like, "Oh no." And I knew the only way to do it was to leave, but if I left, it would have ended the video, so I just waited. I don't know, the mama stuff, the redneck nation, now this lawsuit, he's dealing with a lot of shit that equals a lot of money. Yeah, but I mean, he did all this way before that. I don't think half of the lawsuits that he has now was going on when he did all of this. Right. That was a big thing that I'll go ahead and open up the panel payment. What's up? The big thing that I noticed throughout this recap video is he doesn't even mention not even a fourth of what he was doing at the time. He kind of twists it into, oh, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me. But he didn't go in and explain what he was doing to people at all, let alone the things that he was saying about people. This is as bad as MGL's arrest video of her arrest in Louisiana. I'm glad Kylie's family is suing him, not just about the money, but the principle, and to set level precedents in these social media influencers to FAFO. Yeah. I don't know. You get that a lot in here. Oh, she donated the money. Or he donated $200,000. He donated $200,000, and now the family's suing him. That's so shitty. It sucks that a guy donated $200,000 and then slandered and libeled people. That's what really sucks. Why are you not focusing on that? Okay, this was when I saved that the family and friends are the ones that I think they meant put the story out. Yeah, they asked for people's help in finding their daughter, not in attacking her, saying she wasn't real, going after all of her friends on social media, doxing them, tearing everyone down. That's not what they asked for. They asked for help in finding their daughter. And that's the problem now is if these types of situations continue to happen, because no, Ryan absolutely was not the only one. Did he lead the charge, in my opinion, of the narrative that she wasn't real? Yeah, he did lead that charge. But he was not the only one talking about conspiracies. There's always, always tons of conspiracy channels out there that will always discuss conspiracies surrounding a case. But what he did though, when he added in the she's not real, that started this whole new conspiracy in her case that was not out there prior to this. It just wasn't there. And he ran with it. And he ran with it for a long time. Like, well, he was still running with it until not too long ago. Okay, so Moles, you kept chatting even after this comment, even though you said you're leaving. But one thing I wanted to touch on is if you think it's okay, teens lead a police search. Is that normal? No. But I don't know if you have ever been around teenagers. They think that their ideas are the best ideas in the world and they know what they're doing and they're going to solve all of the world's problems. And their friend was missing and they went out there and they said, "Yes, contact us, do this, do that," because they wanted to be about something. And so they were about anything that they could do to help find Kylie. Now, I think law enforcement should have shut them down a little bit quicker and said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa. You aren't going to be the ones asking questions or funneling tips or things like that, or rein it in a little bit this way or that way." But no, teenagers have minds of their own, and sometimes their ideas are larger than life. Even when, and they're good intentioned ideas, even if they're not the best executed, you know? I hope that Rodney's attorney watches the comment sections and chats to show that people actually believe the shit that he spewed, so the lies live on. Yeah, all these people in here not helping his case, are they? In true crime, usually the most obvious scenario is what happened exactly. Very rarely is it actually a conspiracy. Very rarely. Yes, Ickedmel, he's not true crime, he's a commentary channel. He does not investigate, he covers the investigations. Exactly. Yes, and the lawsuit, it's not about all the other stuff, all the things that he did on YouTube, not at all. Me debunking his videos about a lot of the things he did on YouTube, but no, the lawsuit is not. It's about what he did to the family. And Miss Nomer is exactly right. This could have been anyone's 16-year-old kid. You give them a kiss when they walk out the door, never realizing they're not coming back. And that's what's getting lost in all of this, the fact that a young girl, 16, close to 17, on the cusp of adulthood, she put in all this hard work to graduate high school early. She was homeschooled until the 8th grade, so maybe that put her ahead a little bit too. Avid traveler with her family, a beautiful, natural type of life, getting ready to go to the next phase that is so exciting. My kids, one is still going through it, one just ended it, but like the college years are so much fun, so exciting. She's on the cusp of that. She goes to a typical high school party. Did it get a little big? Did it get a little crazy? Sure. But she goes to this party and she dies in a very tragic way. Very tragic way. Her family doesn't deserve the attacks and the hate for that. It's so sad. For the thousands who do believe he has a big heart, you have a right to your opinion. They do, absolutely. I think he had a big. I think he's. I don't know if he has a big heart, but I do think he's very generous with his money. But he hurt a lot of people with this BS, and he still stands by it. Yeah, I mean, this video was put out too. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. He said she never existed, and said she was some other girl on TikTok. Yeah, that's not defamation. Exactly. I think the lawyer that explained it on Rabbits explained it as it's either like, excuse me, it's either slander or libel, but yeah. He's projecting again. He needs to go up to church and pray. Oh, what did Patrick say that's incorrect? No, you don't have to be famous to be defamed. But according to that one lawyer, I don't think the defamation part is gonna go through, but the libel and the slander part, absolutely. I think they have a solid case on libel and slander for sure. He is absolutely a disgusting individual. Thank you, guys. I said, well, that's what he said. Looks like Ryan's lawyer is getting a new Hellcat soon from all the money he will make. Oh my goodness. Did it freeze again? I tell you what, guys, I don't understand what's going on with StreamYard lately. I've seen a lot of other people have issues with it too. What the heck? I don't know why it keeps freezing like that. Hang on, let me try this one more time. It's crazy that the comment section just freezes like that. No, he's not too bright. Yes, Gray did a great job with that fire cam video. It really broke it down. You can just really see how she left the party and what happened. I honestly, in researching some of these clips, I saw that there are channels out there still going on about this. And I knew they were, but to actually go and see them going on and on about this, it's insane. It's truly, truly insane. I feel he did nothing to the family but ask questions when and where he needed. If there are no lies in the story, then the family wouldn't care what a YouTube channel is saying and processing. He's not just a YouTube channel, though. He's a B-list celebrity, but he absolutely, he has 3 million followers on this platform. I don't know how many on other platforms, but he is someone that people listen to. I don't know why, because in this society, followers equate knowledge somehow. He was going onto live streams and people were asking him questions about the investigation, like he had some insider information. It was bizarre. But he did a lot more than just ask questions. Upchurch is saying a lot. Yes, he was wrong saying show proof of Kiely, but where's all the nonsense that XanamayX, Ickedmel, Zav, and the rest of them spewing garbage live on panel, inserting themselves into the case? It's all out there. I don't think Ickedmel spewed anything, but for those spewing stuff, lots and lots of channels debunk it. We're not talking about that, though. We're talking about Ryan's claims and his case. Right. They were already well on their way there. Well on their way there. They had already committed to it on their Facebook page. Sure did. They didn't go because of his offer. Right, Nico. So many do. People are offended really easily, don't they? No, I never did say that. It's weird what people come back with in his defense. Some of their arguments in his defense is very bizarre, and you can't even like dispute them or debunk some of their arguments because they're so far out there. You just laugh and shake your head. Let's see, is my StreamYard working? No, it's not working. Let me go through the questions on my phone real quick, and then I'll probably get off since StreamYard is not working for me. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I need to pay my bill. That's a joke. I paid my monthly fees. Let's see. Yeah, Evil Queen, I agree. He had a lot of people attacking these families and doxing them. A lot of people were trying to dox Ronnie. They were trying to, well, they didn't just try, they did dox Donnie and Ickedmel and XanamayX. They were going in deep on this stuff. Maybe YouTube needs to make content creators pass a mini primer on defamation and civil liability before letting folks have a channel. Well, that might be a good idea, actually. Where's the stories of XanamayX camping going live in the middle of the night from the campground? I didn't feel the need to put that in here, but they're out there. She was on Tony Dodge's channel. She was camping on the 13th, so well after a week after Kiely went missing. So I'm not sure what the point of your question is there, Glory. It was a week after she went missing. It was a little over 3 weeks, just Samantha. She asked how long it took for Kiely Rodni to be found. It was a little over 3 weeks. I can't remember the exact day. She went missing on the 6th. I think they found her on the 22nd, but don't quote me on that. So if someone gets into a car accident and passes away leaving the grocery store, are they to blame for going grocery shopping? Their family's fault because they needed food? Right, Queen Bella is so bizarre. But people want to make a conspiracy out of things. They just want to. So Fly on Your Wall says that in their opinion, the family is using who Ryan is to avoid the secrets. What secrets, Fly on Your Wall? What secrets? Everything has been put out there on blast and spread out far and wide. What secret? If my daughter had just died and I heard this guy online was stalking my family and saying my daughter didn't exist, I would be irate. Me too, Sticky. Me too. I don't think Gray has, I don't know what if Gray has a problem or not. But I would just ignore or block Gray Pubes if you don't like his name. Thank you, Crime Catalyst. Yeah, just for you, those raid comments from Ryan, he was going into Ickedmel's chat, and you know it's him. You know, instead of the blue check mark on this platform, it's gray, and it was absolutely him. He's going into a lot of chats saying a lot of things. Why did the family file in Tennessee instead of California where they lived and the problem persists? Patrick, they filed in Tennessee because that's where Ryan lives. Ryan offered the reward after he made a mockery out of a victim's family, and various YouTubers. He offered the reward. He had been on YouTube for saying his stuff for 4 or 5 days at the point before he decided to offer the reward. I don't know that it was before all the Ronnie stuff. Or after. I think it was before all the Ronnie stuff. But he was already saying that he didn't think she was real. Yes. Yeah, AWP was disgusting. We had a lot of videos on AWP. It was really gross. Explain how accidents happen. Where's the accountability? Minors routinely access and dispense alcohol and drugs, so this and other accidental deaths of minors happen with unsettling frequency. Exactly. Oh yeah, Alana, the Idaho case conspiracies are insane. He was trying out for the AWP logo song. Does anybody remember? I had it screen recorded at one time. I must have deleted it, but it was pretty funny. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, this last video. That's why I don't know. Is he trolling the true crime community? I truly think he's trolling because when you compile all the facts, it's so easy to see how this was just a horrible, horrible accident. It truly was a horrible accident. Yeah, did they jump to, abduction or this or that? Maybe, but as you heard law enforcement say, it opened up the doors. It allowed them so many resources that they couldn't have had for just a runaway or a missing teen. And so it brought in a lot of resources. And yeah, was her friend Sammy obnoxious and out there talking to anyone and everyone and maybe miss saying what she was, talking about here or there? Um, she wasn't her best friend, but she kept saying that. Yeah, she was, but you know what it also did? It brought a lot of attention to her friend's case. Unfortunately, it brought some unwanted attention as well. You're welcome on not being a communist. There's enough of those in the world today. Right, yeah, Kelly. I think a lot of people need to realize what happened to Alex Jones and that it could happen to anyone who gets on here. And my issue with Ryan isn't so much the fact that he has a theory or is exploring a conspiracy, because I love a good conspiracy. I love good theories too. But they have to be stated as that this is just a theory or these are just conspiracies. Because when you make the definitive statements, when you come out and you're screaming, you're raging at your chat that she's not real and you're idiots for not understanding it, you're making a definitive statement that this person does not exist. Pretty sure that's libel and slander. RyanUpchurch is not trolling. He was born to solve the Kiely Rodni case. I think this is horrible to say. But I think sometimes so many people want a case to be something. They want it to be that conspiracy. They want it to be this twisting plot that they have to pick apart and solve. They truly want it to be a mindfuck. But that wasn't this case. It wasn't this case at all. Just Samantha, it's not just YouTube, it's all social media platforms. When you get that, a bunch of people together, you get that hive mentality, that herd mentality, and situations like that happening, people conspire. It's across all social media platforms. It's on Facebook and Twitter, everywhere. Candles and crystals, I guess that is. Are you there?
It's me. It's Laura.
Oh, hi. I didn't even
Hey.
recognize the
Yeah,
body of her name.
I'm on my cell phone, moving my daughter into her first dorm today.
Oh, have fun with that. I remember doing
I
that. It was
know. But I wanted to say real fast that you're forgetting the other side of this. There
what
were there were 20,000 hours plus of manpower, and they couldn't find them. They couldn't find her.
yeah.
I really believe, and believe me, I did not sign on to Ryan's crazy ass theories. I called him out on every single one of them and explained to Kurt why he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was not for Ryan's crazy theories, it wouldn't have gone viral so much over the internet, and AWP would have never been involved. And
Well, that's
because
not true. AWP had already said on Facebook that once they finished the case that they were working on in Michigan, that they would stop in California on their way home if she was still missing and help search there for her. That was
yes,
before he came out.
no, that was not before he came out. That was after he came out. He is the one that made the case as viral as it went. Before him, he got involved very early. People forget that.
He got
His,
involved a week after she went missing. On the 12th was the first day he spoke out on YouTube about her.
okay, and when was she found?
On the 22nd.
And when did AWP announce it?
I'm going to look on their Facebook page, see if it's still there.
Because I'm pretty sure they did not get involved until after Ryan was like around the 17th or the 18th is when they got involved.
Let me see if it's still on their Facebook page. I mean, they're asking us to remember stuff from a year ago. I don't know about you, but I can't remember
I
crap from
know.
a year ago. Boy, they post a lot on their Facebook. Dang. I'm only back to January. Jeez Louise.
Are you sure Ryan got involved on the 12th? For some reason I felt like he was on a lot longer.
Yeah, no, it was the 12th. That was his first video on his YouTube channel. He might have been on a panel the day before, so I'll give you the 11th, but he wasn't like doing he came out with his own videos pretty early on, and he made you could look at his community tab because that was the very first time he spoke about it was when he posted the picture on his community tab.
No, because he was going on other people's panels before he ever went on his own.
Yeah.
So it would have been before the 11th.
No. So he made a community post and then he started hopping on people's panels like the same time.
Okay.
Because the very first clip I have of him is from the 12th. And so if he was doing something on the 11th and like maybe I clipped or, recorded on the 11th and put it out on the 12th, that's possible. But yeah, it was right there. Okay, so let me see. I'm back here to October finally. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see their post on Facebook anymore.
Someone's got to have it somewhere.
You would think.
I'm sure I can look at my Discord tonight. I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah. Maybe it was just in their comment section and it wasn't an actual post.
Check Queen Bee's page. She may have. Because she titles things like for what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let me go back further here. So they updated that on the 21st, 15th. They were out searching on the 15th, 17th. So they were in Minnesota on the 11th, and I know that's right around, so it could have been happening right around the same time, but that's when they announced, because they were still in Minnesota when they announced that they were going to go out, like when they were done with that search, they were going to stop in California if she was still missing. But yeah, it's not on here.
All right. But I am almost positive, like, I'd bet money that they got involved because Ryan was so crazy. And because Ryan made it such an internet sensation that they wanted to be the ones to discover her.
Well, I could see Jared possibly because Jared does come across as grimy like that, but the way they made it sound on their original post was that like all of their their community members were reaching out to them on social media and that's why they were going to go. I don't Oh wait, here it is. Many of you have asked about Kiely Rodni, who is the 16-year-old missing out of California. After we wrap up a few of our commitments here in the Midwest, if she has not been found, we will route through California on our way back to Oregon at the end of the month. So that was on August 12th. So it was about the same day he started posting about it.
Okay.
Let me double check and make sure what day he did his first video. Pretty sure it was the 12th, but I'll look again.
Because I could swear he was involved before they were.
So his first video about Kiely. Let's see, who do you think was the first panel he went up on, Zavs?
I don't know. No, I don't
Was
think he
in,
was the first.
he was in Zaz, he was in Molly
Maybe,
Golightly's, he was in
maybe Kurt.
no, Kurt, he wasn't in Kurt's until later. Probably, maybe All American Dream Chaser was
Oh,
one of the
that's
first
right.
ones I
Yep.
saw him in, actually.
When was what's her name's interview? Sammy's interview. I think that's when he got involved.
I don't know if he's still okay. So his first video on Kiely on his channel, let it load for a second, was on August 13th. Was his first video on that he posted on his channel. So a day after they announced it. Let me go see. I don't think All American Dream Chaser is still around, is he? I don't think his channel's still up.
Oh, really?
Oh, it is. For some reason, I thought he got shut down, but maybe he didn't. That's not it. Okay. Okay. Mar, it said your devices were not connected, hun. I'm sorry. Okay, so All American Dream Chase interviewed Sammy on the 9th. And then
I'm pretty sure it's the 10th that he started running his mouth.
And then I'm trying to see. Oh, no, here it is. The first time the Hellcat giveaway, Dream Chaser still has that on his channel. Hellcat giveaway, Kiely Rodni tips, call us. Ryan gives away the car. This is where he announced it for the first time, August 16th. So 3 days after AWP announced that if she was still missing, they would be headed back out there.
All right.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because it was all happening so fast, but yeah, that's what's this? It was all pretty close together. So, but I didn't think he had offered it before AWP had made that announcement. Now, whether a lot of people knew AWP was coming or not is another story. But
true. All right.
It exploded. That's for sure, though.
Yeah, it definitely did. All right.
Well, you have a good one. Good luck with your daughter. I don't know if you heard me. I don't know why comments are still not loading. Ryan isn't a hero no matter how much people want to try and bend facts to make him want right. I agree, Nicole. I think he had, like I said, I think he had good intentions. But you never know. I think sorry, I was reading someone else's comment. I think he had good intentions, but it didn't end up being that way because of the things that he said. Well, I mean, it's not even about knowing your facts. Like, these are just things like I didn't know all that stuff off the top of my head. It would be something I'd have to, take the time to go and look up, which we did. It was August 15th that AWP came down. Right. And what are you guys are going nuts down here in the chat. I sent you a link in chat. Oh, you can't post links in chat unless you are a mod. Yeah, I saw the link of what you sent me. It is their timeline. We can go. Oh, crud! What happened here? We can go through it really quick. Makes it a little. See what all it says. I really hate that my chat's not working on my StreamYard. After 15 days of searching, thank you, she was found. She was last seen August 6th after a party with around 200 to 300 people. August 23rd is when they confirmed. Okay, so I was wrong. August 21st is when AWP said they found a car with a body in it. August 5th, she attended a party at Prosser Family Campground. August 6th, the Placer County Sheriff's Office shared a Facebook post about a missing 16-year-old named Kiely Rodni last seen at a party at the Prosser Family Campground in Truckee. August 7th, the Placer County Sheriff's Office set up a tip line for Rodni. Her mother, Lindsay Rodni, shared a video message on Facebook through the Placer County Sheriff's Office. We just want her home. We're so scared and we miss her so much and we love her so much. And Kiely, we love you. And if you see this, please just come home. I want nothing more than to hug you. And if anybody else out there, if you know where she is, if you know anything about where she might be, if you have any ideas or thoughts, please come forward and share them. At this point in the investigation, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office said they were treating her disappearance as an abduction because Rodni's car hadn't been found. So that's why they were because her car hadn't been found. August 8th, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said they coordinated with California Highway Patrol, Truckee Police, FBI, and the Nevada County Sheriff's Office as they searched for Rodni. Air operations crew flew over the I-80 corridor between Donner Summit and the Nevada state line and searched around the Prosser Lake area. A photo from on August 9th, a photo from a surveillance video from a local business in Truckee was released, where Rodni was seen on August 5th at 6:08. August 10th, a photo of her 2013 silver Honda CR-V is released, along with a photo of the sweatshirt they believe that she had in her possession anyway. August 11th, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said they only have information on Rodni's last known location before she went missing. Detectives from local, state, and federal agencies continue to follow leads and conduct interviews to try to find Rodni and her car. August 14th, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said between 200 to 300 people were at the party on August 6th. A video from earlier in the evening of the party shows Rodni in a white and pink sweatshirt, but they are unsure if she is wearing it when she was last seen. August 15th, Adventures with Purpose posted on Facebook saying they were headed to California to help with the search for Rodni. August 18th, I can't even remember what I just read off of their own Facebook page. I think it was like earlier than that. As a part of the investigation into Rodni's disappearance, Truckee Police Department and the Sheriff's Office did sex offender sweeps in the Truckee and North Tahoe area. Adventures with Purpose posted on Facebook saying they found Kiely on the 21st. And on the 22nd, they said in a press conference they recovered a car from Prosser Creek and believe it is Kiely Rodni's body inside, but they have not positively confirmed it. I think they confirmed it on the 23rd. Thank you, Mar, for dropping that up here. Yeah. Unless he was out there on others panels besides Dreamcat Chaser, but that's when he said he was going to give the Hellcat away, was on the 16th. But things happen and we forget. We easily forget, even a year later. It's so easy to forget those little details. It's probably best I don't see your guys. It's probably supposed to be an honor down here in the chat. It's really frustrating. It's not popping up on StreamYard. But I hope you're being good. Okay, let me see here. BL, welcome to the streets. 8675309. I had 2 kids 14 months apart. I had to learn to be patient. Let's see here. Upchurch said something he shouldn't have, but that doesn't mean he's. Oh, no, Gloria. I'm not saying he's a bad person, but he does have to be held accountable for his words. He does. We all do. Freedom of speech doesn't mean what we think it means, or what some people think it means. Blackbeard is on fire to Blackbeard is on fire today. I don't even want to know. Do I want to know what they're saying in the chat? Okay. Misnomer. Oh, thank you for the super chat, love. Oh, look, you can heart it from your phone. That's so cool. Love that. Love that. Have a great day, Parody Patty. I'm not sure why he said what he said either, but he did. What did Sean say? The white and pink one was from Odd Future. That's right. The Lana Del Rey one was black, and she had it on earlier in the day. Correct. All right, guys. Well, StreamYard's frustrating me, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for this one. I might be back later today for something that I've been working on. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but maybe tonight. Yeah, that's the problem, Rowena. He's still standing on it, isn't he? Yeah. And I'll release that video separately. I gotta make it like a thumbnail and stuff, but I'll release it separately so people can share just that video. He explained it on Zav Girl's video. Explained what, Nana? The, he corrected it. What did he correct? I must have missed your previous comments. I don't know what you think. Like, I don't know what you're saying. What did he explain and correct? Oh, that she was not real? He did. I clicked that, but then he kept saying after that that she was still not real. Like, dozens of times. Dozens of times. Yeah. It's a bummer. Wasn't the car a couple feet away from being visible anyway? Yep, that's if you go back earlier in the video. You'll hear that the water had receded 3 to 4 feet from the 6th to the time that they found her. And it would have kept receding, so just a few more feet. A couple more weeks, if the wheels would have been visible. It's a shame though that I think a big problem is our law enforcement and our search and rescue crews and things like that don't have the fancy technology that teams like AWP have. And if they could afford and equip with those things, that maybe a lot of it could have been avoided. Yeah, Nana, it happened after quite a few times. I can show you a couple clips sometime if you want me to. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I will see you on the next one. Love, love.